First of all, thank you very much for the invitation. We're very happy for this opportunity to be named as CAPEX representative in this panel. For those who are not, can I do a presentation? A quick one. Hello?
Hello, yes. We're going through the first question. Is a public chain the way to go for exchanges? What's the strategic significance of it?
Okay, but can I make a fast presentation? Oh, okay. Yes, I see in 2 years that DX changed the whole game since we are facing a pandemic at this time. And many people are moving the way they have relations with money. Market won't accept centralized economies, paper money shall not be used, and are really thinking the future, even the conception of country and central banks will be outdated. Communities will get stronger, but all of this will be based on internet presence, not physical. So have decentralized projects and platforms determine the market behavior. The changes we are facing can stay. We are already calling as the new normal. We will not know what will be the normal in crypto. So I really think there will be more challenge for economies where crypto has also been taking its place. And it's the real time to realign strategies for this new world and economy that are waiting for us. I really think.
Thanks, Walter. The next one will be Bridget. Hi, Bridget.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Hello, guys. Nice to meet you. First, as one of the members of the blockchain industry, it's our obligation to explore blockchain technology and related applications. So we have made active exploration in public chain. Besides, we are also glad to support regulation compliant blockchain project. For example, we support users to client DOT manage asset on MXC. Second, we advance the exploration in public chain and roll out DEX. As such, we can offer users value choices and satisfy the demands of different users. In turn, users are able to participate in the development of blockchain and sense the changes by themselves. At last, public chain will also be an enabler for our native platform token. It will expand the native tokens use cases and to its value. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Bridget. Next one will be Celine, BitTribe COO, please.
Hi, I think there is no doubt we may need a stronger public chain now, but the question here is whether the technology development and the motivation of the exchange can make it the next real public chain. Interesting phenomenon we can see that although the performance of ETH may not be better than some public chains, but at present our more DeFi projects are still built around ETH. The reason is that the true ecology of most assets still exists on ETH. So it's a bit like a chicken first or egg first question. No exchange can guarantee that the ecology of its layout has strong enough ecological support. Otherwise, it may eventually become similar to the existence of B shares. Many ideas of BTS are still very meaningful to us today, but in the end, BTS doesn't work out.
Thanks, Celine. Ethan, would you like to go next?
Absolutely. Right. First of all, I'd like to take the chance to thank everybody for attending this, and also I'd like to thank Tron for organizing such an incredible conference at a difficult time like this. To gather everybody like this, I think it's good to see. Right. So we've got to the question. So the emergence of and growth of public chains are more rapid than expected, creating more usage for more specialized zones such as DeFi, blockchain games, and many more. So I just want to refer to a report sent by CoinMatrix on the 7th of February. The ETH saw, and for the purpose of comparison, I'll be comparing ETH and TRX in this example. And so ETH saw a total of 626K transactions in 24-hour period, while TRX had 816K. And if we look at the data, report from dapps.com, ETH has 1,960 dapps and TRX has 594 dapps registered on dapp.com. And that was in February, and these numbers are definitely growing. But what these numbers are definitely saying, right, is this goes to show that such public chains are still growing rapidly, with more public chains coming up real soon, as we saw from the news, and with so much more cases coming up from public chains, centralized exchanges' ability to provide liquidity for public chain tokens will definitely be the basic hygiene to establish. To put things into perspective, Vicky understands the potential and growth rate of TRX, and we established the TRX trading pair zone, creating a huge rush of TRX holders coming over. So the key is the ability to service public chain projects as well as its users. So DEX as well as SEX, sorry, I don't think it's a good word. So decentralized exchange and centralized exchanges are still racing to create a better synergy, to have better experiences, especially into the B2B and B2C sector.
Thanks, Ethan. Hello, Elsa. It's your turn.
Hi. Okay. So currently, centralized exchanges can provide user a better trading experience. Actually, so does DEX, and it has been evolving too. There are more and more community-driven projects and assets. So trading a decentralized project in a decentralized way is more in line with the trend and the form of future asset trading. Users can better control their assets in security and privacy protection. With the development of the technology, I think DEX will gradually approach the centralized exchange in trading experience and liquidity, and bring more choices to users. Since the establishment of Blue Helix in early 2018, HBTC chain has used our patent Blue Helix cryptography technology on cross-chain, which can dock all the public chains in the market, just like all the decentralized exchanges do. Through a complete cross-chain technology to support any public chain assets circulation and transfer by the HBTC chain to achieve completed DEX support. So in theory, like all centralized exchanges support trading pairs can be supported as well. So we are committed to better serve users across our cryptocurrency market under the support of DEX and a centralized exchange. We'll also consider adopting open DEX solution. So make it easier for communities and exchanges to implement their DEX. So we're leading more users in the centralized exchanges for better asset security and protection through our Blue Helix cross-chain custody technology to realize the safe and reliable circulation of cryptocurrency, so as user privacy protection. Thanks.
Awesome. So now is Vadim. We'd like to hear your opinion about the first question as well. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. My name is Vadim from Maximo. Bridget, you have a very nice cat. So guys, nice to meet you. And my opinion regarding the question will be like representative of centralized exchange platform with a lot of gateways for the fiat, like more than 20. We definitely know about forcing and the transformation, regulation, 5AMLD, etc. But the general answer will be like, definitely public chain is the way to go for the exchange, and because it will be like a strategic movement for the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Vadim. So let's go to the final question. We have heard many cases of huge crypto assets being stolen from exchanges in recent years. So which points to the importance of a more open and decentralized public chain strategy for exchanges? How can exchanges ensure access safely? So now we can go first by Walter, please. Thank you.
All right. I see us now facing a real change. Many well-known centralized platforms are slowly migrating to the DEX model, like Binance is, for example. Nobody knows in how long this will be happening, but the fun fact is more and more users are not real traders, since we know Bitcoin, for example, doesn't really follow chart tendencies and is actually being controlled by a group of whales. I think the real future of DEX is connected to when Bitcoin will start losing the super big importance. There are many cryptocurrencies than Bitcoin with potential to be vectors against the system. And really imagine decentralization on real mainstream when the whole crypto market cap gets more decentralized too, and free of dominance of only one coin or token. For example, Tron is a great example, and that's why we placed our chips, Catex in particular, being one of the first exchanges to adopt USDT Tron. That's it.
Thanks. Thanks, Walter. So next one will be Bridget.
Okay. So in my opinion, there's an OC in the security field that goes like there's no absolutely secure system. However, no matter the centralized or decentralized exchanges are all faced with core security issues. Sorry. The security issues for centralized exchanges is directly related to their users' asset, while issue encountered by decentralized exchanges is complicated. For example, Balancer was recently attacked by flash loan. Essentially, the key problem is the security of the code, right? And there is an interesting story about why we established MXD. The founding team members work on they are a team about quantitative trading before. So once they trade on a top exchange, they experience a large loss because of API issues. So they are so worried about that. They think that exchange not meet the they realized that users' demands on asset safety was not fully met. So they established MXC and stay committed to safeguard the safety of users' assets. So in terms of security, we insist that the code shall be written by ourselves, including the new version of the contract system that we recently launched, which we also independently develop. We have also introduced third-party security audits, and we have some cooperation with some named security companies such as 漫物, 知道创语, and so on. So we put the security problem on the top. That's all.
Yeah, thanks for the answer. Celine, here you go.
Yeah, Bitcoin Exchange also cares so much about the security problem. Yeah, we actually think that the security issue of decentralized exchanges will not lose to centralized exchanges while ensuring the quality of the code. Because in theory, the final answer to the question all comes back to how to crack SHA-256. And due to human error, centralized exchanges may have a greater chance of losing access. The reason why we are not so willing to believe in DEX is because we cannot find a person to bear the so-called loss. Yeah, but we still want to explore more solutions for this issue.
Thank you, Celine. Ethan, it's your turn.
Thank you. With regard with this, I'll be speaking, from the position of Vicky. So safety is a very holistic whole process, and it all links up in an interdependent system. And so any negligence at any point in time will bring systematic risks. I think we've seen that in the last few months. And therefore, for Vicky, we have established very strict management standards and systems in terms of R&D, operation, maintenance, operations, and especially our hot and cold wallets. We adopt anti-tampering, decentralization, multi-signature, and other ideas to design the system of each link. At the same time, we also maintain close cooperation with multiple security teams. I think there's a basic hygiene to eliminate the threat of new risks in the first place. So we use real-time asset auditing and early warning mechanism using automated feedback systems given by our internal risk audit management to monitor our systems, transactions, and controls on a frequent or continuous basis in any given period. This approach, we realize, actually helps us in the detection of anomalies, outliers, inconsistencies, and other factors of more factors to more efficiently focus and audit resources. So also very recently, we strategically deploy resources from various disciplines to suit each unique situation and also unexpected situations as well. So the departments of IT advisory, internal risk audit, forensics teams, and we actually split it into 3 different layers: the core decision makers, the management, and the internal risk audit. So internal risk audit, we provide early warning of problems, and then we can actually address the control and transaction failures closer to occurrence. And the management layer would actually have an improved visibility in the organization and enhanced oversight capabilities to provide our bottom line managers with better tools to manage these responsibilities. And last of all, the last layer, which is the decision maker, we get regular insights on a daily basis and hourly basis actually into the status of these controls and transactions. All of this that I just mentioned actually help us to improve the overall risk and control oversight capability through enhanced detection and monitoring. So this is the measures that BK do to ensure that we uphold the trust that we have with our users with the security of the funds.
Yeah, great point. Elsa, would you like to share more?
Yeah, as Bluehelix actually Bluehelix is a SaaS and white label solution provider. So currently we have about 260 partners using our platform, running their own exchange. And HBDC is our own self-managed exchange. So since establishing 2018 until now, there's no security issues, and we keep enhance our security of our system. So I think last 1 year, we have more than 40,000 integration, upgrade as well. So as for exchange asset security, I'd like to say that both centralized exchange and the decentralized exchanges are facing different risk problems based on the characteristics of the crypto assets. So such as still pending the Mt. Gox issue for centralized exchanges, which a liquidation compensation plan was still postponed again on June 30th. So there were also some risk cases for DeFi projects, such as the contract abnormal issues on the balancer recently. So however, like I said, compared to decentralized exchange, the moral hazard can also appear in centralized exchange besides technical, the security risk. So given the above issues, users are more concerned about centralized exchange. I believe that such risk will be gradually reduced under the improvement of the regulation and industry competition for centralized exchanges. But technical risk of centralized exchange will always accompany the whole industry. So for exchanges, like say the best way, the best practice to prove the security is to, like say, besides to keep improving the system security and technical strength, centralized exchanges need to introduce the 100% proof of reserve, which is what HBTC exchange is doing. And the user can validate their access information via MicroTree. So this is how we can provide the transparency and also the security as well. So this is one good way to solve the trust issues. And also, like say, I believe that with the popularization of 100% proof of reserve system, the credibility of the whole exchange, centralized exchange industry will rise a new level. So HBDC self-development, the public chain, since it's established, we are aiming to doing the decentralized cross-chain clearing and custodian, which is why is also to solve the trust and the trust, to solve the trust issues. So after the launch of the mainnet, which is in next month or end of next month, so we'll improve the transparency and reduce the risk asset loss. Thank you.
Excellent. Next will be Wadham. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, thank you. I totally agree with the previous speaker, and based on our experience, and we are more than 6 years on the market, I can add that unfortunately it can happen to everyone, and for various reasons. Problem with code, the different productivity, etc. Generally speaking, public chains can be considered as a solution for solving this problem. But we can remember a couple of DEX and DeFi protocols have been hacked as well. So speaking about the centralized exchange, in my opinion, asset safety can ensure, first of all, risk management, team professionalism, conservative approach to the introduction of innovative products, and always be alert and ready.